Are you wondering if the 2022 housing market will be affected by this inflation that we're experiencing? Well, in this episode, I'm going to tackle that question. Welcome everyone to this episode of the AskJasonGelios Show. I'm Jason Gelios, Michigan Realtor. I really appreciate you guys tuning in to this episode where I'm going to be discussing about whether or not the inflation that we're experiencing right now, it's January 2022. I'm going to be discussing whether or not inflation is going to affect the housing market through 2022. And so before we dive into this, though, I ask this on every episode that I do, and that's if you could follow me on social media, that'd be great. You can choose your platform below. I have those links in the description, okay? And if you can go to my website, it's allabouttherealestate.com, and fill out the pop-up form so that you can receive this valuable show in your email once a week. Now, I want to share with you some information here. One is from the National Association of Realtors, and this is one of the most reliable, in my opinion. This is, by the way, when there's a difference between a real estate and a realtor, and so realtors like myself are a part of this association, and so we get very reliable information here. Now, this is speculation, of course, but Lawrence Yun, who is the chief economist of the National Association of Realtors, states that we are seeing strong conditions in the housing market, and home sales are the best that they've been in 15 years. That's encouraging. However, Lawrence Yun, does not expect 2022's performance to exceed the performance of 2021. And of course, I've mentioned this in my most recent videos about how the market is starting to change towards favoring buyers. Right now, it's basically like a seesaw. There's two equal weighted people on the seesaw. So buyers and sellers can benefit now. Now his forecast states that there's going to be more inventory coming, which again, we know this as we get into a new year, right? And we slowly creep to spring. Many people will begin to list, especially homeowners who are looking to move while the kids are out of school. Okay, that happens in a normal year. Okay, so the increased supply will generate. Okay, now the reason why I'm sharing you with this is because some people are predicting that many home buyers are going to hang back a little bit because it will be a trying year, because everything is costing more. Groceries, gas, everything. Name something and it's costing a lot more. In my opinion, probably 8% minimum increase in costs across the board. Okay, so I've kind of said this before about 2022, and that's home buyers will have a better chance. Yes, they will have a better chance. Home prices are going to start to level off. There's not going to be any crash. Some people are stating that there's going to be a crash, whatever. Okay, we don't foresee that. None of these experts, chief economists, and there's quite a few who make their predictions. They're fairly reliable, and they're not stating that there's going to be a market crash. Okay, it's just that home buyers are going to have a better chance. We anticipate more first-time home buyers coming in. And now, not to turn this into a real estate market update, but I'm just sharing with you what this means, because some people are saying, well, okay, is the housing market going to come to a stall in 2022? We know the mortgage rates are going up. Going back to Lawrence Yun, he feels that they're going to get up to about 3.7% in 2022, probably the middle. And that will be pushed up because of higher inflation, of course. But also they were so low for so long that it's time for them to go up. I'm sorry, it is. I don't agree with it, but I see why. It makes sense. It's economics, okay? Now, overall, will the market be affected? Okay, yes and no. You're going to have a small group, a small percentage of home buyers who were considering purchasing in 2022 now saying, okay, maybe we're going to wait, another year or so. Hopefully we get out of this inflation. And I don't know how long inflation periods last. That's not my cup of tea. I don't study that part, but I do study what the housing market does. And I can tell you that I've already had an increase in home buyers being able to purchase a home. So that's awesome. That's great news. So just want to, share with you my overall answer to this question about whether or not inflation will affect the 2022 housing market. It will, but not like you think. It's not going to be just coming to a complete halt and nobody's going to be buying houses. Matter of fact, the first half of the year, we'll probably see the housing inventory get depleted, and then new home construction will increase as we get through the warmer months in many states, okay? And therefore, activity will build up, and that will help with the inventory. So it will affect it, but not too much, although you will be paying more to purchase a home, especially a new construction home in 2022. So hope you guys found this valuable. That's actually a great question about whether or not inflation will affect the housing market in 2022. I think it's going to be a great year overall for housing. I think that first-time home buyers are going to get, I know that first-time home buyers are going to have a much better chance at purchasing a home because they had no chance, really, well, maybe a 2% chance of purchasing a home within the past 2 to 3 years. It just was crazy. It was crazy before the pandemic. It got even crazier because people were realizing that their houses weren't working well for them, being quarantined or whatnot, or working from home. There's so many different factors with that. So I really appreciate you guys tuning into this episode. Hey, again, be sure to hit me up on social media. Those links are in the description below, and visit my website. It's allabouttherealestate.com. Fill out that pop-up so you don't miss this show and other valuable content, especially for homeowners. So again, thanks for watching. I'm Jason Gelios, Michigan Realtor. Thanks everyone for watching this episode of the Ask Jason Gelios Show. Be sure to visit the links in the description below to pick up your copy of my real estate book, Think Like a Realtor. It's a little book about buying and selling residential real estate through the eyes of a realtor. It's real world advice, tips, whether you're a new agent in the business or you are a home buyer or even looking to sell a home. This is great advice. So I really appreciate it if you guys visit those links, pick up your copy, and go ahead and share a review, good or bad, if you like it, if you hate it, okay? But get your copy today. Thank you.